welcome back to our channel. Today I'm going to try something that I've never tried before. I've never seen it done before, but my sister-in-law gave me a bunch of shells from scalloping, and she's like, can you use these for anything? So I put them in bleach water yesterday. I let them sit out in the sun. I scrubbed them down good. And today what I'm going to try to do is color them with alcohol ink, just to see how they turn out. So I'm not sure how this is going to work, but come along with me for the journey. Hello, this is Diane. I'm back. I let my shells dry overnight, and so now what I'm going to do is I just mixed up some, and I always use the Amazing brand of epoxy, and I'm just going to coat the tops of these and let them dry. I don't know what these are going to turn out like, but I figured it's something fun to try, and we'll see how they look. Okay, as you can see, I've got them all laid out here, and I'm just going to drizzle the epoxy over the top, and then I'm just going to let them dry and see what we come up with. Okay, so now you see that I put epoxy on all of the shells. I'm going to let them dry, and then we'll come back and see how this turns out, see what kind of craft we can make out of these. And I don't know about you, but whenever I have leftover epoxy, I always make sure I have plenty of molds sitting around so that I use up my extra epoxy, because the epoxy is not cheap. And, you know, so I always have a few molds laying around close by so that I can use up that excess epoxy. So we will let this dry for 24 hours and then we'll be back. Hello and welcome back to our channel. This is Diane. The other day when we were doing this, I got some shells from my sister-in-law, and I really wasn't sure what to do with them, but then I came up with the idea of putting some alcohol ink on them and then coating them with epoxy. I think they turned out real well. And what I'm going to do is some of them I'm going to make into some like little angels so that they can either be ornaments or you can hang them in the window or something like that. Now the other ones I have taken and I drilled a hole. I just took my Dremel tool and put a hole in them. And then I'm taking some of the UV resin. And I'm putting it in the hole. And then I'm going to take a little ring and take the resin and set that up in there. And these I'm going to make into necklaces. Get my little thing in there straight. Just going to take my light and set it real quick. And these are nice because then you can use them several ways. I mean, if you just wanted to hang it from your car mirror or hang it from the window is a pretty chime. But I think these are going to turn out real nice for necklaces. you can just take your chain. You'll just need a little jump ring. Actually, I think I'm going to put this one on a piece of leather. I think I like it better. And then take your jump ring. Actually, I don't need a jump ring if I'm using the leather. So you just thread that through there. And you just feed, these are pre-made up that you can make them to any size you want, but this is a pretty good size for this one. And then you just take and crimp the last of the spring over onto the thing, and it holds, and then that makes a beautiful necklace. So that was my one idea. And I'm going to make several of these into necklaces, but I think that's very pretty. Kind of, you can't hardly see it with my shirt, but I think it turned out very well. Now the other ones, what I'm doing is I had some ribbon that I've made basically into wings. I had some lace. I have just jute. And then I had some beautiful white iridescent ribbon. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to take one of my shells, and I'm just going to take some hot glue and glue this on. Give it a couple seconds to set. And then I've also taken, these are just the wooden balls, and I painted them flesh tone. And then I'm just going to take and glue the head on top. And as you can see, it makes a beautiful little shell angel. And then I'll just take my stylus, if I can find it, and dip it in some just regular black paint and give my angel a couple little eyes. And there she is. I think she'll make a beautiful little ornament. I can run something up from the back here. But she's got her little wings, her color, and I think she turned out beautifully. So I'm going to go ahead and finish these up. So I'll just let the camera run, but I'll just speed it up from here. Okay, so I've got all of the wings and the little heads all attached. I took a little bit of the ES6000 and just the hot glue gun and attached those. I did have a little bit of bead that I found, so I made little halos. I had that and then just some white bead. So I made halos, and then I put a little necklace around them just to kind of make them look a little nicer. And then I'm just going to take the ES6000 and a little bit of hot glue and put a nice little tie on here. So that we can hang it on the tree. And this is just some string I had. And then I just stick that on there. go. And they are completed. Now, I put them all in a little tub here, and I tried a lot of different, as you can see, like on this one, I just used some tulle that I had left over from a project when my daughter and I did the Disney half marathon for the princess. We made tulle skirts. So I had some tulle left. And again, it's just a wooden ball. And I just hot glued and used a little bit of the ES 6000 on that. And then, like I said, then I put a little ribbon on them. And they're ready to go. So here's one that and I have to say this turned out to be my favorite. I had some little leaves, and he was such pretty fall colors that I went ahead and just, instead of doing the tulle or something, I just put a couple of little leaves on there, and I think that is one of my favorites. And then I also took just some rope. And again, just a wooden doll, and then the beads, and then just glued that on there. And then I also had some ribbon. And then I had, this was for my daughter's wedding, I had some lace left from that. And I just made some wings on that one. But she's another one, I think, with the fall colors, that would have looked very pretty with the leaves. But I didn't realize that, or I didn't think about that till later. And I was like, oh, I think those leaves would look very nice with that. And then I also did some with just some feathers. And then I did some with jute. Just to make, and that, she's a tiny one, so I used a little bit tinier ball on there. I had 2 different size balls depending on the size of the shells. So those were all of the ornaments that I made. That one there, I love the coloring on that one. I thought that one turned out real pretty as far as the coloring went. This one's a little darker than I like, but again, you never know with the alcohol ink how it's going to turn out. But overall, considering this was my first time trying this, I really like this one too. I like the colors in that one. I like the more rainbow colors. And then this one here, I like that one too with the colors. And again, I just glued the ribbon on there, glued a little string so that she can hang on the tree. And then my finished necklaces, these were the necklaces I made. There's a pretty pink and purple one. And then I did the neon green string with the, because that kind of turned out more neon looking. Did red with this one. Did black on this one. I'm really happy how that one turned out. And then purple. And then I had a yellow and green one. And then this one I just added the silver necklace on it. So I hope you enjoyed this today. I had a lot of fun. I wasn't sure how these were going to turn out with never trying the alcohol ink with them before, but I thought they turned out very pretty. Again, I just did alcohol ink, and then I covered them with epoxy, let them dry for 24 hours, and then I took just the little wooden balls, painted them flesh tone, and I just used the apple barrel acrylic paint and painted them flesh tone. Then I used my stylus just to give them a couple little eyes. And then the beads for the halos and the little necklace just to bling them up a little bit. Again, these beads I got at a garage sale. a whole roll for 25 cents. So garage sales are definitely your friend if you're wanting to do this on a budget. I think the feathers and everything else, and I know definitely this ribbon here, I got at that same garage sale. And the tulle, again, like I said, that was from a race that my daughter and I did together. And then the more fancier lace was for my daughter's wedding. So, you know, I always keep all of my leftovers. I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but on projects like this, they come in very handy because you can use a multiple of, you know, fabrics, mediums, anything to make these. And again, they turned out really cute. I'm really happy how they turned out. And so I really hope you enjoyed this. Please like and subscribe and share with your friends, and have a great day. Thank you.